Hello,
Hi.
nice YouTube people. We are Ian and Jane. We're here doing the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. This is day 7, show 3 of the day.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's about show 27, 28, something like that. They're all linked down below on our fantastic YouTube channel. Go and check it out if you're interested. Right, so we went to see Good For You at the Space on the Mile. I don't quite know. Did you pick
It
this?
was my
It was your
choice. It
choice.
was my
Okay.
choice.
So interestingly, but when we just part of the way that we actually choose these sort of things is we look at them and then if we both fancy them, we'll then go and see them. It's as simple as that. You know, there are some things that I put my foot down on. I think I'm not going to that, and Jane's the same with zombies.
Yeah. And then we have to juggle the schedule and try and get to see as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, shall I
Yeah,
do
read the blurb.
so this is what I read in the programme. So the company is Something's Afoot Theatre Collective and New Kelts Collective. New writing political. When a law firm is rocked by a sexual misconduct scandal, 3 female attorneys are pitted against each other for a life-changing opportunity. A drama about office politics and women who hate other women.
Women who hate other women. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that, but I mean, I was really looking forward to this after reading that little bit of the, and I thought it would be something. I thought it would be something it wasn't. I'd be interested in your take on their perception of the male member of staff that all 3 of the actors. It was three female cast. They're all playing individual roles, along with all of them played Alan, the partner, wasn't he? He was
the remaining
partner. And I had a real issue with the way that he was portrayed as a caricature with his legs open, because not all men are like that. And actually, what I really wanted I wanted a man to be playing that role. You can have a man playing. It would have been more believable to me as a whole piece if a man was playing that role rather than. I don't know how you felt.
I agree about the legs wide open.
That was just so irritating.
Anyway, I didn't mind the device that each of them shared playing Alan, and it was stereotypical in the sense that he wasn't listening. I mean, to me, it was also epitomized that despite them being 3 strong females, they were still dominated by a man.
Yeah.
It's the patriarchal society all over again. The whole issue, the sort of the narrative was around the other partner, another man, who'd gone off with a junior member of staff
and had an affair.
Yeah, she was 22 and he was, I don't know, 40s, 50s.
We don't know what he was. Really.
But one of the 3 remaining attorneys was his wife. Yeah. So obviously that, extra complications. So in a way, I didn't have an issue with that because you could take it that it was a sort of clever juxtaposition because you had a woman playing a man's role, but the man or the men still dominated everything.
I mean, I felt it was a missed opportunity because it's an important subject of, and having worked in jobs where it's been predominantly female-led, actually, in academia in the past, but there is still an element of male domination even in those sort of jobs, in my experience. And it happens all over the place, doesn't it?
Still relevant.
Yeah. It does feel like a missed opportunity because it for me it didn't work.
It's interesting. I liked their sort of individual characters in the sense that they were quite strong. All 3 had issues, and they explained those. They,
Mm-hmm.
their sort of personalities, their needs, their wants, their anger, their frustrations all came out. But somehow it didn't gel for me. And so I did feel that.
Yeah,
And
right.
I've been I was analysing it while I was watching it. And I'm not sure. I have a particular dislike to constant scene changes.
There was a lot of that. Yeah.
And there was a lot of scene changes. Now, obviously, I'm not a director. So, I'm only a punter, as it were. And I've only ever been a punter. The dialogue, I mean, the one time the dialogue sort of completely broke down was when all three were shouting at each other. And one of them said something obviously quite important.
I missed
because she really upset one of the others who went off, and the other one then looked at her, say, "Why did you say that?" And I leaned to Ian and I said, "What did she say?" Because if it was important, you couldn't hear it because they were all shouting. So that was slightly annoying. I
mean, how can I say how realistic is it for? I mean, I've never worked in this sort of in this sort of institution or this sort of business really. But how realistic is it for three women to be fighting over a case?
I don't know,
because that whole device, and I got more and more irritated by the fact that we're all fighting over the Goldsmith case, wasn't it? The Goldsmith case, because that just didn't seem realistic to me. I mean,
I think, and again, neither of us worked like that, but I would think that a competent office manager would have immediately reassigned. If it was such an important case, they wouldn't have been hanging on to it and basically dangling it as this bit of,
as a carrot, really.
As a carrot, because I mean, what other case? I mean,
usually, in the legal profession, people have they have too many caseloads. So, and to have a member of staff, one of the members of staff with no caseload at all, after it, the whole premise of that didn't really work for me.
I mean, I almost wanted the words, but without all the moving around.
Oh, interesting.
I just, in my head, I thought, what if they just had 3 chairs on the stage and nothing else, and just had the dialogue? Because a lot of the dialogue was very powerful. And, each performer, their performances was good. I mean, I have nothing.
From an actor point of view,
from an actor point of view, I thought
I agree with you.
They were all good. The way that it was realistic what they were saying, how they reacted, and things. But there was just, and I can't put my finger on it.
Well, I think the fault might be in the writing, not how they were delivering it, because I found elements of it were just not necessarily believable.
Oh, well,
and it wasn't about how they were saying things or what they were saying or how they were acting. It was just the fact that, I mean, yes, it's to some extent, some of it was played for laughs. I didn't find it funny because it's not a funny subject. Is the sexual politics of the workplace at all? But it was sort of played for laughs, some of it, and some of the audience were laughing. And they were laughing at things that I didn't necessarily think were funny. I don't know what you felt.
Yeah, there was an element of that. I mean,
it was almost like they were trying to make light of it in the writing. It was trying to make light of it.
And reflecting on it now, the premise of the whole piece was this sexual misconduct and what had happened and how it affected one person, obviously in particular, i.e. the wife, but also the office. And yet there wasn't much discussion about that. It was a sort of, it had happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were dealing with the fallout of that, but the actual what had happened was not really discussed.
No,
it was the
wasn't.
fallout, wasn't
It
it?
was the
And it
fallout,
was
yeah.
more about
And
fighting for the
fighting
case.
for the case, which it was the device for me that
Yeah.
really didn't work.
And
That
yeah.
him, that and Alan.
But having said that, I mean, we are discussing it. I mean, there was a lot to discuss, I think, coming out, because I would have liked to have seen things slightly differently.
Me too.
Done.
It wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what I was hoping for, to be fair. I was hoping for a sort of meatier political piece about sexual politics of the office, and I didn't get that.
No,
you know,
no, it was no,
you know.
absolutely, no. That it wasn't that.
No.
And I think that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And even though I think there was a lot of good stuff in it, whatever it needed to sort of bind it together was missing.
I agree.
But as we always say, as you know, it's subjective.
Other opinions are available. And I know I'm a man, so it's quite difficult for to some extent.
But it is interesting to have your take on it, because you didn't like the interpretation of the man.
No, I didn't.
And yes,
no.
it was a stereotypical characterization of him.
No. I'd never seen anybody who sits like that. I'm sorry. Never.
And they'd obviously been told to do that because all of them did that.
Yeah,
that
from
was,
the director. That was from
that was
Becca Donnelly is the director.
Yeah,
that's come from her.
Well, I mean, they used the device. They just put on a tie.
That's which was signed as a device.
And the tie could have.
Yeah, that would have done it. Yeah.
You know, but you didn't have to sit there like that.
No. So.
Yeah.
Anything else, or when's it on?
Yeah. Right. Okay. So now this is complicated, chaps.
Don't tell them. You just tell them it's on at several times. It's on.
Well, hang on. Just hang on. It is on at Space of the Mile, Space 3. It is on at 3:10. It is an hour and a half.
No, it isn't. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. It's an hour and 10 minutes. I saw an hour and 10 minutes and said an hour and a half. Apologies. Right. So it was on today. It's on every other day until the 23rd. So despite you, I'm going to say the 9th, the 11th, the 13th, the 15th, the 17th, 19th, 21st, and 23rd.
There you go.
Which is weird. So they must be
doing...
Oh,
no, but that's... Maybe they doing another show.
There's something in between.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And it's £11, if I didn't say that.
No, you didn't, but that's fine.
Yeah.
How many stars?
I'm going to say a 3.
It's a 2 for me.
Wow, that's harsh.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Well, I don't know about harsh, but I think I think for me it missed a real opportunity.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's still a 3 stars because that's what you've given it.
Okay.
So the man gave it 2 stars and the woman gave it 3, which is not. I'm being flippant there, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got one more show to see today for definite. Maybe we might go to something else after dinner, but we've got a show at about 6:00. So we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.